Now, types of demand. Types of demand. First one is price demand. First is price demand. When we are what to say, finding out the relationship between price and demand, then it is called as price
demand.
Okay, here we are finding out the relationship between price and quantity demanded. So yesterday we have drawn diagram like this. Yes. So for 6, when the price is 6, this is the price. On y-axis we are representing price, and on x-axis we are representing demand. So when 6 rupees, when the price is 6 rupees, that quantity demanded is 10 rupees, 10 units. Whereas when the price is 1 rupee, the quantity demanded is 60 units. When price is decreasing,
60.
Quantity demanded is increasing. So this is how the demand curve will be. So price demand will study the relationship between price and demand.
Price.
Next comes income demand. What is income demand?
Income. Ability of buying
చదువు ఒక్కసారి ఇక్కడ ఉన్నది.
Product. The income demand refers to the willingness of an individual to buy a certain quantity at a given income level. Here, the price of the product, customers' taste and preferences, and the price of the related goods are expected to remain unchanged. There is a positive relationship between the income and demand. As the income increases, the demand of the commodity also increases, and vice versa.
Here, when income increases, demand increases. When income decreases, demand decreases. What type of relationship you have between variables? Whether you have direct relationship or inverse relationship.
Income increases, demand increases, and direct relationship.
Direct relationship. So here you have two types of goods: inferior goods and superior goods. Inferior goods and superior goods. Inferior goods ante like bread, day-to-day items what we purchase, the basic items are called as inferior goods. Bread is an inferior good. Okay. Then diamonds, gold, they are superior goods. Okay. Inferior goods, in case of inferior goods, for suppose if my income is less, I will eat bread. If my income is increasing, I'll shift to rice. I'll not buy bread. Yes. If my income is increasing, I will go for a higher quality of a good instead of eating bread alone. Yes or no? If I think the cost of bread is less and cost of rice is more, then my income is less because I don't have sufficient amount to spend on that. I am purchasing bread. When my income increases, I will not continue to eat bread. Yes or no? I'll go for a higher product, because I can afford now.
Higher product.
So I am purchasing rice instead of bread. Okay, but here what you say, what we said, income, when income increases, demand should increase. When income decreases, demand should decrease. But what's happening in case of inferior goods? When the income is increasing, the demand is decreasing for bread. Yes or no?
Income
that is the that is not
inferior good.
That type of relationship exists for inferior goods. Here for inferior goods, the curve comes downwards. Okay, the curve falls downwards. Here coming to superior goods. Okay, coming to superior goods. Superior goods ante gold, diamonds, ilantivi which are of high cost. Sometimes what happens, when price decreases, the demand decreases, and when price increases, demand increases. Why? Because we go for expectations more in case of superior goods. We expect more. If price is increasing, we assume that the price may increase further, so we will buy more now itself. Okay, if the gold price is increasing day by day, so what we think, in future it will increase still, so I will buy some gold and save it now itself instead of buying in future. So because of my expectation, I am, even though the price is increased, I am buying more now. అర్థమైందా? మళ్ళీ చెప్పనా?
అర్థమైంది అర్థమైంది.
This is how the demand curve will be there for superior goods. It is called positive slope. For inferior goods, you will have negative slope. Negative slope means when the two variables go in opposite direction, you call it as a negative slope. When two variables go in a positive same direction, you will have curve like this. If income increasing, demand increasing, income increasing, demand increasing. Okay, so when my income is increasing, I'll buy more gold, I'll buy more rice. Okay, the consumption of rice is increasing in case of superior good. Because we are comparing, when comparing bread and rice, bread I am comparing considering it as inferior good, and rice I am considering it as superior good. So in case of inferior good, when income is increasing, my demand is decreasing. When income is decreasing, demand is increasing. In case of superior good, when my income is increasing, demand is also increasing.
This also increasing.
This is income demand. First one we have seen price demand.
Price demand. Income demand.
Income
Second
demand.
one.
Third one,
Income
cross
demand.
demand. చదువు ఒకసారి.
It is one of the important types of demand, where in the demand for a commodity depends not on its own price, but on the price of the other related products, is called as the cross demand. Such as, with the increasing the price of the coffee, the consumption of tea increases. Since tea and coffee are substitutes to each other. Also, when the price of cars increases, the demand for petrol decreases. Demand for petrol decreases as the car and petrol are completely to each other, complementary to each other.
So yesterday we have seen what are supplementary goods and complementary goods. Okay, these are complementary goods. This is supplementary goods or substitute goods. The price of one increases, the price of coffee increases, demand for tea increases.
Tea increases.
So here we are considering price of coffee, demand for tea. Two different products we are taking here. In previous cases, both for the same product I am comparing price and demand. But in case of cross demand, for price I am taking one product, for demand I am taking
and demand
another.
for another product.
Okay, so if rates of petrol increases, the demand for cars decreases. So that is in case of complementary goods. In case of cross demand, we have to understand the demand for complementary goods and the demand for substitute goods or supplementary goods.
Substitute.
So in case of complementary goods, what's happening? When price of sugar is increasing, the demand for milk is decreasing. In case of substitute goods, if the price of coffee is increasing, the demand for tea is increasing. If price of coffee decreases, demand for tea decreases. Okay. So in case of complementary goods, you have a negative slope. In case of substitute goods,
Positive slope.
positive slope. Next, we have elasticity of demand. Here we have seen three types of demand: price demand, income demand, cross demand.
Cross
Here
demand.
also you will have price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. Elasticity means to what extent it is increasing or decreasing. You are studying, you are saying that if price increases, demand increases. By what percentage it is increasing? If 100% price is increasing, if demand is also increasing by 100%. So how much, by what rate the price is increasing? In the same rate, the demand is also increasing. Both are increasing in the same phase. Okay. Or sometimes what happens, if price increase it is 100%, demand increased is 80%. That is, there is more or less, there is good increase in
Less
demand.
Less demand.
There is good increase in demand, but less than the increase in price. Okay, but relatively it is good. Whereas if price increase is 100% and demand increased is 30%, for sure there is an increase, but the increase rate of increase is very less. Or rate
Very
of
less.
decrease is very less. Okay. When I am comparing how much elastic it is, how much extending it is, how much responsive it is, if we are studying, then it is called as elasticity of demand. Price elasticity means how much the demand is responsive for change in prices. Income elasticity of demand means how much responsive is demand for a change in income. Cross elasticity of demand means what is the responsiveness of demand or change in demand, rate of change in demand due to change in prices of other factors, other products. Okay. So in elasticity of demand, you're having 5 types of demand. You have 5 types of elasticity. Perfectly elastic demand. Perfectly elastic demand ante, if there is a slight change in price, there is a lot of change in demand. Infinite change in demand. When there is a slight change in price, there is a lot of change in demand, then it is called as perfectly elastic demand. Okay. Perfectly elastic. Elasticity is denoted by EP. EP means price elasticity. Perfectly elastic demand, the demand will be infinite. The symbol denotes infinity. Perfectly elastic demand means when there is a slight change in demand, there is lot of change in, when there is a slight change in price, there is a lot of change in demand. Okay. Next, here, sorry, perfectly elastic. No change in demand. Okay. Here, when the price is increasing, the quantity demanded may increase. It perugutu potundi. Okay. In case of perfectly elastic demand, your curve will be horizontal to x-axis. Okay. Your curve will be horizontal to x-axis. Price కొంచెం పెరిగితే ఎంతైనా పెరగచ్చు డిమాండ్ నీకు. ఇక్కడ క్వాంటిటీ డిమాండెడ్ అనేది పెరుగుతూ పోవచ్చు. Now, this is here in case of perfectly elastic, you will get elasticity of P is infinite. In second case, relatively elastic, greater than or equal to 1. There is slight change in price. కొంచెమే పెరిగింది చూడు ప్రైస్ ఇక్కడ. From P to P1 the price has changed, but quantity demanded has decreased from Q to Q1. It has decreased so much. So see this block and this block. Compare these two blocks. Change in price is less. Change in quantity demanded is more.
Demand is more.
Okay. If change in price is less and change in quantity demanded is very high, then it is called as relatively elastic demand. You can take gold rates. If there is a slight change in price of gold, price of gold is reduced to some extent. కొంచెం తగ్గింది. The demand will increase more number of times. Yes or no? That can be taken as example of relatively elastic demand. So proportionate change in demand is more than proportionate change in price. Okay? అర్థమైందా? నెక్స్ట్ దానికి వెళ్ళనా మళ్ళీ
అర్థమైంది. అర్థమైంది.
ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి? ఎలాస్టిసిటీ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్ ఈక్వల్ టు యూనిటీ. ద చేంజ్ ఇన్ ప్రైస్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు చేంజ్ ఇన్ క్వాంటిటీ డిమాండెడ్. ఈ డయాగ్రామ్స్ కూడా నేర్చుకోవాలి. అర్థమైంది? ప్రైస్ ఇస్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ ఫ్రమ్ P1 to P to P1, quantity demand is changed to Q to Q1.
Okay.
So how much there is change in price, equal to that the demand also changed. Not more, not less. Okay. So what is the proportionate change in price is there? There is a proportionate change in demand. Okay. Then it is unit elasticity. You can also call unitary elastic demand or unit elasticity of demand. Price of
unitary elastic demand.
Okay. Next, relatively inelastic. Reverse of relatively elastic. There is more change in price, but there is slight change in demand. If the sugar prices decreased or sugar prices decreased or increased, sugar prices increased, do we stop consuming sugar?
No.
But quantity consumed will be reduced. We will reduce consumption, but very less. The rate of change is very less. Okay. So here the change in price is very high, but reduction in consumption is less. Okay. Proportionate change in demand. Demand is this. Proportionate change in demand is less than proportionate change in price. Then it is relatively inelastic. Relatively elastic ఏమైంది? The opposite ఉంది. Here it is less, here it is more in case of relatively elastic. In case of relatively inelastic, what's happening? Change in price is high. Change in quantity demanded is less. Next, perfectly inelastic demand. That is, demand is not at all affected by price. If salt price is reduced to 1 rupee, do we consume more salt because its price is reduced?
No.
Whether it is 1 rupee or 100 rupees or 1000 rupees, you consume the same quantity of salt. You don't increase its consumption. Okay. For such type of products, the price elasticity of demand is 0. For whatever change in price, your change in demand is 0, then it is perfectly inelastic. For a slight change in price, there is infinite change in demand. Then it is called as perfectly elastic demand.
Change in price, however, large change in no changes the quality demand.
5
It is
అర్థమైనాయా
known
నీకు?
as
ఫస్ట్
అర్థమైనాయి.
నేను 5 ఇంకొకసారి చెప్తా. ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్, చాలా సార్లు అడుగుతారు ఇది. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఏంటి, నేను మధ్య నుంచి అటు 2 ఇటు 2 చెప్తా. మధ్యది elasticity of P is equal to 1. Here you have elasticity of P is equal to 1. Elasticity of P is greater than or equal to 1. Elasticity of P less than or equal to 1. ఇక్కడ elasticity of P is equal to 1. Elasticity of P is equal to 0. Elasticity of P is equal to infinite. Okay. First equal to 1 అంటే ఏంటి?
Equal to an elasticity demand equals to utility.
యూటిలిటీ ఎందుకు వచ్చింది ఇప్పుడు?
అది
proportionate change in
ఈక్వల్
price.
డిమాండ్ ప్రైస్ పెరిగితే డిమాండ్ కూడా ఈక్వల్ గా పెరుగుతుంది.
Yes, correct. Proportionate change in demand. Proportionate change in price is equal to proportionate change in demand.
Proportionate change in demand ఈక్వల్ గా పెరుగుతుంది.
EP is equal to 0. Proportionate change in price has no impact on change in price.
డిమాండ్ మీద చేంజ్ ఉండదు.
Change in price has no impact on demand. ఇక్కడ ఏం ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకోవచ్చు? ఫస్ట్ దానిలో చేంజ్ ఇన్ ప్రైస్,
దానిలో వచ్చేసి
you can say take any day to day used product. ఏం ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకోవచ్చు? చేంజ్ ఇన్ ప్రైస్ will be equal to change in demand. If I'm consuming what to say, if I go for hotels or like that, then the price increases, my demand will decrease. If price decreases, I'll go more. If price decreases, I'll go less. Okay, compulsion ఏం ఉండదు నాకు ఖచ్చితంగా వెళ్ళాలని. But where there is no price, change in price has no impact on demand. You can take example as salt. Okay. When change in price is increasing, the change in price is when the proportionate change in price
is
very high,
very
is
high,
infinite. Infinite. So this is for which type of goods? Superior goods. This applies for superior goods like gold, silver, diamonds. For them, even though there is slight change in price, the demand will increase so much. Okay. Whereas in case of this ikkada, proportionate change in price is greater than or equal to proportionate change in
demand.
Proportionate change in price is less than proportionate change in demand. Okay. This is called as దీన్ని ఏం పేరు పెడతాం? 1 ఉంటే ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఉంటే యూనిట్ ఎలాస్టిసిటీ అంటాం. యూనిటరీ ఎలాస్టిసిటీ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్. 0 ఉంటే
0 ఉంటే పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిసిటీ డిమాండ్.
పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిక్ డిమాండ్. ఈపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫైనైట్ ఉంటే
పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఎలాస్టిక్ డిమాండ్.
పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఎలాస్టిక్ డిమాండ్. ఈపీ ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఉంటే
ఎలాస్టిసిటీ డిమాండ్.
రిలేటివ్లీ ఎలాస్టిక్. గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఉంటే రిలేటివ్లీ
ఎలాస్టిక్ డిమాండ్.
లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఉంటే
రిలేటివ్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిక్ డిమాండ్.
What are different types of elasticity of demand?
Perfectly elastic demand, relatively elastic demand, elastic demand equals.
నేను చెప్పిన సీక్వెన్స్ లో గుర్తుపెట్టుకో, ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. యూనిట్ ఎలాస్టిసిటీ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్, పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఎలాస్టిక్, పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిక్, relatively elastic, relatively inelastic.
Okay.
చెప్పు ఒకసారి.
Unit elastic demand, perfectly elastic demand, perfectly inelastic demand, relatively elastic demand, relatively inelastic demand.
ఇప్పుడు ఈపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1, ఈపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ లో చెప్పు. అంటే ఫస్ట్ నేను చెప్తా విను. యూనిట్ ఎలాస్టిసిటీ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్ ఈపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1. పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఎలాస్టిసిటీ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్ ఈపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫైనైట్. పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిక్ డిమాండ్ ఈపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. Relatively elastic demand EP is greater than or equal to 1. Relatively inelastic demand EP is less than or equal to 1. అర్థమైందా? మీటింగ్ క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది, మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అవ్వు.
ఓకే. అంటే 40 minutes అయిందా?